Excuse me. All right, y'all. Back for another show. Let me see what YouTube is looking like. All right, YouTube is good. Wait a few minutes and then I start the show. What's up, Leaf? What's up, I'm Precisely? Appreciate you. Trying to wait a few seconds. Crooks the Greats, what's up? Appreciate y'all, man. Appreciate y'all coming through. I thought my wife was gonna kidnap me again. She had me out, boy. Let me see. It's like, nah, take me home. I got things I gotta do. All right. Wait a few seconds and then we'll start the show. I suppose I have a guest on here. I'm trying to figure out what day I want him to come on, and I'm trying to work around his schedule, but I'm still trying to pick a day, and does it work with his schedule? But ultimately, like I tell most of my guests, I'm on their time. If it's at 2 o'clock in the morning, that's the only time that you got. Well, I do the show. Just that it'll be a recorded show that the fans will look at later. But yeah, I'm trying to get as many interviews as I can. You know, he might start it up. They be like, hey, he did a pretty decent interview with this guy. This guy, he does announcements for the Zone and different companies. That'd be a good thing to get up there. And I want to ask him, what does he think about sports games representing the sport accurately, especially with their voices and their participation in the video game. So that should be a good thing. All right, we went way past it. All right, let me I'm up here about to read something that I don't. I'm talk about this Q&A that I want for Ash Habib. It's a Q&A I want I want the fans to share. Why did I freeze up? Oh man. Give me a second, y'all. Guess I gotta close some of these windows that I keep forgetting to close. Let me see. Give me a second, y'all. I know it's gonna probably cut my sound. I usually do that too. Oh boy, give me a second, y'all. I don't know what's going on. I know what's going on. It's just I had too much going on with my computer with these too many screens open. Let's see. Hopefully that did it. Yeah, I had too many screens open. Let's see that. Close that. Give me a second. Close a couple of more. Close that. Close that. Close that one. Close that one. And we good. All right. Yeah, I got a thing that I set up because I want to ask Ash some questions. Let me ask some questions. That's why I'm trying to get the community to get Ash to let me interview him. And if the community put enough pressure on Steel City and everybody, I'm not doing it for no to get any YouTube views and stuff like that. That's not why I do this channel. I don't care about being popular, being a content creator, none of that. I just want a boxing game to represent the sport accurately. I wanted to, and when y'all people be saying fun, they be wanting arcade. When they be saying it gotta be fun, bro, it gotta be fun. It gotta be fun. That's arcade. You want a hybrid. And you saying it from your perspective. When they say it, they're saying it from their perspective. To me, knocking somebody's head off, me fighting is fun. So what is fun? When people keep saying fun, they're saying what's fun for them. If there's a room with 10 people in it, it's going to be probably 10 different ways of what fun is. It's going to be 10 different viewpoints of what fun is. But when I hear these people say it, I literally know what they're talking about. I literally, but Poe, it got to be fun. What you mean it got to be fun? What do you mean it got to be fun? Y'all using that Ash Habib, that game company, that industry language. Like when Ash be saying authentic. What do you mean by authentic? Authentic is not describing a mode. When Mike Straw asked him, what is the game going to be, realistic or arcade? He said authentic. He's not picking a side. So he should have said it's going to be a hybrid. But he's not going to say that. Authentic sounds like you're saying it's going to be realistic to a person that want a realistic game. Oh, we're going to get a realistic game. He said authentic. No, that's not what it means. Because if you try to sue them, say, hey, he said it's going to be authentic game, and it's not authentic or realistic. No, he said it was authentic. He never said it was realistic. That's what he's going to say. How do Poe know these things? How do I know these things? But people always like to clear it up like I don't know the industry. People always try to clear things up like I don't know the industry. Give me a second, y'all. Yes.
Did you got ice trays in your house?
No.
Oh, you got a bowl and a knife, right? You can add some water, right, Delay or whatever, and put it in the freezer out of your gallon. And then when it get a little hard, don't put a classic bowl, you're gonna set because it might break the bowl. And then you have ice chips. You need something cold. Wow.
I heard you.
Like could you make sun tea or all different stuff? They said, oh, I want it to be a little bit colder than room temperature. You can do it like that. I was just thinking about that right now. I said, yeah, how you gonna get ice like that?
I'm doing a show.
Are you in the show? Okay, let me look at your other show. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, That's my wife. Yeah, but people they always picking what they feel is things should be. Let me see. Hold up. You said who? Todd. Let me see. Oh, you said who I'm interviewing. His name is Dad, I forgot that fast. I forgot that fast. No, it's not Todd. Todd ain't going to let me interview him because Todd Steel City, they're scared of me. For some strange reason, they scared of me. And I know a lot of you, why would they be scared of you? Because they fear that I'm going to say something that's going to make it's like they feel that I'm too aggressive, but I'm not aggressive at all. I don't see any aggressive. Hey, I can't help I got a lion's voice, but I'm not aggressive at all. I think I'm too nice. If it's real, that's fun to know. Yeah, because people keep picking and choosing what real is. A boxing game should reflect the sport. A sports game should reflect and respect the sport. That's why you have options and sliders and tuning for people to, hey, I don't like realism. Well, you should be able to tune it the way you want to. But I think any sports game should be realistic out the box. Let the fans tune it to their liking, but realistic out the box so you can learn and respect the sport. Now, I'm not in the Discord, so I don't know what you said. Which Discord are you talking about? Let me see. Nah, Poe. You seem cool. Yeah, man. Steel City, they scared of me. It's like they make it seem like me and Beast is the same person. I think Poe is Beast. That's how people be doing. That'd be the craziest thing in the world. And it's racist to me. I think Poe is actually Beast. I think Poe is actually Beast. Nah, son, we two different people. I gotta look at it. I'm scared to open the window though, to check it out. But yeah, when I talk to the developers, oh boy, my wife had to come in here, man. My wife had to come in. She be doing that with my son. She said the best show around. Honey, you don't gotta say anything. Be quiet. Just listen to the show. Just look. You ain't gotta say anything. Just listen to the show. Let me see. Mike Show deleted all of our comments criticizing Ash answers and exposed some on the interview he posted. Yeah, exactly. He did. He did, and it was funny. It was funny that he asked them questions that we wanted answered, and then Ash didn't answer it. Mike Straw, he kind of like he don't like when I ask him questions. He don't like when I ask him questions. He think that my questions is too hardcore. He think my questions are too what they call me. My questions are too aggressive. They're too asking too much of the companies. And my thing is, they act like these companies giving us something free. We're not getting anything free. So as a customer, you have a right to have an opinion and to say things. We're customers. And my thing is, everything that I say, I want the project to do better. I want it to be the best product ever. And by being the best product ever, you get more money out of it. It becomes more lucrative. Ash sounds like a machine trying to connect to dial-up internet. He does. He does. And that's why they're scared to let anybody really talk to him without somebody close to him. And even Sean Porter kind of said that Ash used to, like, the last interview that Ash had with Sean Porter, Ash didn't have nobody with him. And Sean Porter was saying, "You sure it's all right? Because I don't want to get you in trouble." And I was like, wow. Yeah, as he don't want to mess up now. But my thing is, as a company owner, you can't let anybody tell you how to run your company. You can't let nobody tell you how to run your. Ash had great ideas, and you know what make it so bad? Developers, not the jokers that he got now, and I know that's what y'all gonna think. Developers from EA and other companies like the original vision that Ash had. They said the vision that he had would be Game of the Year. The vision that he had, what ESBC was, that was $1 billion idea. I have $1 billion ideas. To me, they're like, yo, man, your ideas are incredible. Every developer always say that, and I'm not capping either. Every developer always say that, yo, man, you have some great ideas, but it gotta be a company that's willing to fund your ideas. They said, man, your ideas is like revolutionary. And to me, I don't think they're revolutionary. I just think it's me talking straight boxing knowledge. Yeah, let me see. I wonder if Will was giving him signals to change his answers. Probably was. It probably was. That's because that's the EA playbook. I be telling y'all be thinking that I be capping and stuff. When I be saying EA, I mean, I know the game industry have things that they say and do. And Ash literally did everything that I've been telling y'all. Y'all go back and look at my older videos. I was telling y'all that before Ash started doing more and more videos. And you saw how things started changing with Ash. He kept correcting them. And you know what happened? Other developers saw that too. Other developers saw that somebody was correcting him, making him double check himself. He said in one of his videos, and he was literally, it sounded like something like a person you're not supposed to say, but you're like, man, it's my business. I mean, it's my company, and I'm going to say what I want to say. So you do like a child and you make it extra. He said hyper realistic. He said, and the game is going to be hyper realistic. So you're going way above what you originally want. So he's like telling whoever he was arguing with that, hey, you keep saying that we can't make this game and it's not going to sell. I want a hyper realistic game. He was saying stuff like that, like, yo, he made me excited. I said, that's what I'm talking about. You know, I was giving the monitor a high five. Let me see. Right. Who's the boss? And it's crazy. He's the boss. He's the boss. Man, I know my wife's going to get mad at me because she probably still listening. But man, don't let me come into some money. If I hit the lottery right now, and if the lottery is $50 million, half of that is going to my studio. Half of that going to my studio. Is she not listening? But half of that's going to a studio. and my ideas, because I'm pretty sure my ideas is $1 billion ideas. And my thing is, even my structure of the developers that need to be hired, that says a lot. I still not hiring the right people. I seen something that I never saw before, even in the earlier game. He's hiring a combat director. He's hiring a combat director. At first they were saying, oh, they don't need no combat director. Why are you hiring them now? So you don't think that nothing that I say means anything, but I'm starting to see more and more that everything that I'm saying is coming to fruition, or you're using it. Even EA listens to me. Even though they're not making a realistic game, they're using some of my ideas. They're using some of the stuff from our old wish list. And if y'all don't believe me, look on my other site in my old wish list. You will see that everything that's basically in Undisputed, not Undisputed, in the UFC 6 is a lot of things from that wish list that's in the last 3 UFC games. So it's like crazy that I'm not going to even talk about it. But let me read my article that I have written that I want Ash Habib to let me interview him. All right, a structured interview between Poe and SCI owner Ash Habib. Now, this is the thing. I hope that they don't get it confused and be like, hold up, Poe saying that he interviewed you. That's false. That's falsified information. He never interviewed you. No. That's why I say share this post in the beginning of my article. Share this post on social media. Getting the fans to help me get Ash to let me interview him. Let Steel City say, hey, Ash, maybe you should let Poe interview you. That's good for the public. All right, the title, the interview boxing fans deserve. This would not be a soft promotional interview. This would not be an interview built around protecting SCI, protecting Undisputed, or giving Ash Habib easy escape routes. This would be a structured, respectful, direct interview from someone who actually knows boxing, gaming, community feedback, and the difference between a boxing game and an arcade fighting game with boxing gloves. Poe would not come into the interview yelling. He would come in prepared. He would come in with receipts, history, fan concerns, gameplay examples, and the perspective of someone who has boxed, gamed for decades, worked around boxing gaming communities, and built one of the deepest boxing video game blueprints anywhere. I've built one of the deepest boxing video game blueprints anywhere, hands down. The purpose of the interview would be simple. What happened with Undisputed? What is Undisputed really building next? Why should hardcore boxing fans trust the studio again? All right. Opening statement from Poe. Ash, I appreciate you sitting down with me. I want to make one thing clear before we start. This is not personal. I do not believe every hard question is an attack. I believe hard questions are necessary when people spend their hard-earned money on a product that was marketed around realism, authenticity, boxing fans, and the future of boxing games. A lot of content creators and media members ask safe questions. They ask broad questions. They let terms like authenticity, balance, fun, and vision go unchallenged. I am not going to do that. Boxing fans deserve clarity. Consumers deserve clarity. And the hardcore boxing community that supported ESBC before it became undisputed deserves real answers. All right. Section 1, defining the game. Question 1, is Undisputed being built as a realistic simulation boxing game by default, or is it being built as another hybrid? Ash, when Mike Straw asks if Undisputed would be realistic or arcade, you answer with authenticity. I need to challenge that. Authenticity is not a gameplay model. A game can look authentic and still play arcade. A game can have licensed boxers, real venues, and broadcast style presentation, but still fail to simulate boxing systems. So let me ask this directly. Is Undisputed 2 realistic sim by default, or is it another hybrid designed to sit between arcade players and hardcore boxing fans? My follow-up. If the answer is authenticity, what does that mean mechanically? Does it mean realistic stamina, realistic clinching, inside fighting, referees in the ring, style specific AI, CPU versus CPU, realistic movement tied to weight, balance, and foot placement, damage that respects boxing logic, tendencies and traits that separate one boxer from another? Or does it mostly mean presentation, licensing, and surface level boxing identity? Let me see what y'all saying in the chat before I move on to question 2. Let me see. UFC 6 has taken a lot from Undisputed ESBC and did it way better. Now that UFC is out, you think we might get a boxing game from EA? Hopefully, I'm hoping so. A lot of people thinking that it's needed for it helps Dana White sells his product. With that Zuffa boxing, I think a game from EA helps sell that, and it'll be a great idea. And if they do, I'm be heavy in the EA forums. I bet you SCI would be like, Dad, Poe is talking. He trying to help EA out. Yep, I'm trying to help anybody out that's trying to make a game that may represent the sport. All right, let me see. Question 2. The original ESBC vision. What happened to the original ESBC vision? A lot of hardcore boxing fans supported ESBC because it looked like the first serious boxing simulation in years. The early messaging made people believe this was going to be deeper, more realistic, and more boxing focused than what we had before. Then the game changed. So the question is, what specifically changed from the original ESPC vision to the final vision of Undisputed? Was it publisher pressure, investor pressure, online balancing, new developers, or developer, budget, timeline, console certification, a change in creative direction, a belief that the hardcore fans were asking for too much? And ding, ding, the question is to me, the answer to me is new developer. WK, that's all I'm saying. WK. That's what happened. All right, follow up. When did SCI decide that certain core boxing systems were no longer a priority? Because the fans did not imagine those expectations. The expectations came from how the game was originally presented. The hardcore fans supported the game originally because of how the game was presented to them. It changed drastically. That's why the numbers dropped drastically. Ash keep throwing up these numbers, but they're being deceptive. Very deceptive. Okay. All right. Section 3. Made by boxing fans for boxing fans. Question 3. When you say made by boxing fans for boxing fans, which boxing fans are you talking about? Which boxing fans are you talking about? Me, as a person that loves psychology and that have read books on psychology, they're being deceptive. They're being very deceptive. This phrase has been used a lot. But many hardcore boxing fans do not feel represented by the final product. So I want to ask clearly, which boxing fans was Undisputed made for? Casual boxing fans? Online competitive players? Community creators? Content creators, esports players? Hardcore boxing historians? Offline career players? Simulation players? Fight night nostalgia players? Because saying boxing fans is too broad? Because saying boxing fans is too broad. Boxing fans are not all asking for the same thing. Boxing fans are not asking for the same thing because there are various kinds of boxing fans. That's why you have the hardcore boxing fan and the casual boxing fans. And they're not asking for the same thing. And then in that hardcore and casual, there's different layers. All right, now my follow-up question to that. Did SCI ever properly separate feedback from casual players, hardcore boxing fans, online players, offline players, career mode players, and realistic sim players? I don't think so. Or did all feedback get thrown into one pile and then judged as the community? Or did all feedback get thrown into one pile and then judged as the community? These are the questions I want to ask Ash. All right, section 4, the loud minority comment. Question 4, Why call hardcore fans the loud minority without showing the data? I gotta read that again. Why call the hardcore fans the loud minority without showing data? Ash, you have referenced a loud vocal minority. But in sports gaming, hardcore fans are often the people who keep a game alive the longest. They buy DLC. They test systems. They notice what is missing. They create content. They bring authenticity pressure. Let me read that last part again. They bring authenticity pressure. So my question is, what data proves the hardcore realistic sim boxing fans are only a loud minority? Was there a third-party survey? Was there public polling? Was there retention data? Was there mode usage data? Was there satisfaction data from offline players versus online players? Was there? All right, my follow-up to that. Without public data, how do we know loud minority is not just a narrative used to dismiss criticism? It is. It's 100%. That's why he said it. He's trying to dismiss the criticism of the hardcore boxing fan because it goes against the game model. It goes against the developers that don't want to create a realistic game. They want to create something that they like as casual fans. And if the hardcore community is so small, why are so many interviews and updates still trying to explain or defend decisions made around them? See, I've been saying this. And if the hardcore community is so small, why are so many interviews and updates still trying to explain or defend decisions made around them? You ain't got to explain yourself to anybody. And that's the thing that I don't like about Ash. You're the owner of the company. You shouldn't have to explain what you want. I'm the nicest guy in the world. But my thing is, I'm not going to let you take control of what's mine. I'm not going to take control of what's mine. Especially if I fully have control of it. If I have an idea, that's my idea. You're not going to change it to fit you. I might let it be that you can critique it, but by default, it's going to be my idea. And that's what Ash should have stuck to. By default, let the game be realistic. Let it be realistic sim. But give them the options to tweak it. And you know what they're probably telling them in the studio? And I know this is what they're telling them in the studio. It's going to take too long for them to test it. It's going to take them too long to test it. Because they got to test it for them to, like if we have options for them, it's going to take them too long to test it to be what should realistic look like, or test it to see what is arcade. No, it's not. No, it's not. Because the fans who want it to be arcade know what arcade looks like. Fans that want it to be realistic know what realistic looks like. Fans that want it to be a hybrid know what hybrids look like. So you pick those fans in the community with a survey or a poll. Why do I know these things? Why do I know these things? And I'm not in the gaming industry. Why do I know these things? Because I ask questions. I ask questions. Every day I'm talking to a developer. Every day. There's developers in here right now listening. There's developers in here right now listening. All right. Blaming the fans. This is another thing. This is the thing, a thing like you robbing somebody and you're blaming them for making it easy for you to rob them. Or they're saying, hey, if you didn't wear all that gold, I wouldn't have robbed you. They're blaming you for their actions. Blaming the fans. Let me see what y'all saying before I move on. Let me see what y'all saying in the chat. Blaming the fans. Let me see. Now that UFC is out, you think we might get it? Yeah. A Zuffa boxing game. Yeah, I think I think it makes sense for their brand. It makes sense. If he's smart, a Zuffa boxing game would be the move. All right. Blaming the fans. SCI blame fans for decisions SCI made. When you say you should have stuck to your guns more, it sounds like the fans caused the game to lose direction. But fans did not remove referees. Fans did not remove referees. We didn't remove the referees. Come on, Ash. I need to ask these questions. But fans did not remove referees. Fans did not remove clinching. It wasn't fans that said, hey, the clinching is nope. And I could tell you, the referee and the clinching, I know exactly the person responsible for giving Ash that idea. Ashton wanted to work on it. He wanted to work on it. But somebody in the studio said, no, we don't need it in the game. Clinching is going to slow the game down. Referees is going to slow the game down. So to them, it was going to make the game too slow for the casual fan. And the thing is, when it comes to boxing, when people be saying slow, boxing got to be slow for it to be realistic, that's the biggest lie ever. It depends on you and your opponent. It depends on you and your opponent. Fans did not decide not to have true inside fighting. Fans did not design the stamina system. Fans did not create the movement issues. Fans did not decide the death of career mode. We definitely didn't decide the death of career mode. Because Ash promised us all these things in the beginning, especially about career mode. And then he watered it down. He watered it down. He let them talk them into watering down the career mode. Ash wanted the career mode to be deep. He wanted it to be like an RPG. He wanted the career mode to be like an RPG. He literally said that. Those were studio decisions. So I want to ask, what decisions were actually changed because fans pressure? And what decisions were simply SCI's own decisions? My follow-up question: can you name 3 systems that were negatively changed because of fans' feedback? Can you name 3 major systems that were changed negatively because of fans' feedback? And can you separate that from systems that were never properly implemented in the first place? And can you separate that from systems that were never properly implemented in the first place? All right, section 6. Missing core systems. Why did Undisputed launch without core boxing systems? That should be standard in a serious boxing game. I am not talking about extra features. I'm talking about boxing fundamentals. Why no real clinching? Why no proper inside fighting? Why no in ring, actually in the ring at all times, refereeing? And whoever said that putting the referee in the ring is a waste of time, they don't know boxing. They do not know boxing. The referee shortened the ring, and he's quick to react if there's no action, depending on the referee. To the casual fans, all referees do not referee the same way. Because a casual fan will want the referee to do the same thing. Hey, some referees going to let you fight. Some referees are not. Some of them are real strict. That's what a lot of us want. Why no deeper foul systems? Why no meaningful career instruction system? No, meaningful corner instruction system. Why no CPU versus CPU? And I talked about that. The CPU versus CPU. I know a lot of y'all said, "Poe, that's AI versus AI." But that's how you see if they did the boxers correctly. That's how you could tell. And like I said, I tell this story all the time. This is how I used to tell the EA developers. I said, you know, I could tell if y'all did the boxes correctly. If I play a fight in this CPU versus CPU, and it reflects how they fight, y'all did a great job. Y'all did a heck of a job. All right. Why no deeper boxing specific tendencies? Why no deeper boxing specific tendencies? Why no real trainer impact? Why no deep offline universe or promoter ecosystem? Why no full creation suite that respects how much boxing fans create? These last 2 has a massive fan base. These last 2 have massive fan base. And this shows you the people that they have on their team. Either they're being lazy or they haven't done their research. Either they're being lazy or they haven't did their research. Because you got people that like the career modes, like the ecosystem system set up. Because you would get a lot of older fans and stuff, they will play the game for that by itself. And the creation mode by itself, people that don't even play the game, they like creating stuff. That's more buyers. That's more customers. That's more fans. But they're not thinking. Why do I know these things? These are not luxury features. These are boxing systems. And my follow-up question to that: at what point did SCI decide these systems were not launch priorities? And did anyone inside the studio argue that a boxing game cannot claim deep authenticity? A boxing game can't claim deep authenticity while missing that many fundamentals. Why nobody in the studio said, that's a lot of stuff missing, man? How you gonna say the game is authentic? That's a lot of things missing. That's why they push a person like me out. We don't have nothing to do with Poe, because Poe is going to double check us. He's going to double check us. Let me see what y'all saying in the chat before I read the next question. Let me see. Anthony Taylor just bull rushed his opponent and went after his cornerman. Yo, I know the name, but I don't know the name. Let me see. Modders have brought the referee back into the ring on Undisputed, by the way. Crazy what passion looks like versus Lady Dev. Exactly. That shows a lot, and I'm glad they're doing that because it makes me seem like a genius. Because I was saying that all along. But people kept saying, "No, Poe, they say they can't do it. They say they can't do it because Ash believed in them. Ash believed in them." See, that's the difference between me and Ash. Right now, and I could guarantee you right now, if I had what Ash had in the beginning, I would be a billionaire right now. Right now. Guarantee it. I know a lot of y'all say, "Oh, Poe, man, you just talking." No. A lot of even developers say, like, "Yo, man, you have great ideas. You just need money and backing. A lot of people be laughing and saying, "Man, you never boxed. I make ideas. I'm very creative. I have a mind that can build things. Very creative. I'm the type of person, this I created for man. A couple of y'all know that I'm vegan, right? So if I make something, in that aspect, you can say I'm being deceptive. But I give somebody something, at first they look at me sideways because they know how I eat. Like, "Yo, man, why you giving me this, man? You don't eat this." I say, "Just taste it." And they taste it. That shows how creative I am. When they taste it, it's good. Or they're like, "You sure this not meat? Or this not, you sure that this is vegan?" That's how creative I am. I'm passionate about what I do. But it's other people, they feel like if they can't do it, you can't do it. Or they find a way, they say, "Well, we can't allow him to get in the door." And that's crazy. That's crazy how some people are. It's some people, they rather for airplane to crash than you to get up there in the cockpit and fly it, because they can't fly the airplane. They'd rather to die and block you from doing it, and that's crazy. Let me see. All right. All right, the in-ring referee. How can a boxing game claim authenticity without a real referee in the ring? And a lot of y'all gonna say, it's a referee. Yeah, it's a referee that come in at certain points. Yeah, he's the cutscene almost. He's the cutscene. Being a cutscene is not a referee in the ring. How can a boxing game claim authenticity without a real referee in the ring? A referee is not decoration. A referee controls clinching, fouls, breaks, knockdowns, stoppages, warnings, deductions, and ring authority. So why was the referee not treated as a core gameplay system? A referee is a core gameplay system. No matter how y'all think or feel. That shows how much y'all know about boxing and care about boxing. All right, my follow-up is, will Undisputed 2 have a functioning in-ring referee with sliders and options? Can a referee have different tendencies? Can a ref allow inside fighting more? Can some break clinches faster? Can some warn more? Can some deduct points more? Can some stop fights earlier? That is how boxing identity is built. Section 8, clinching and inside fighting. All right. Why was clinching missing when clinching is part of boxing? Why is clinching missing when clinching is part of boxing? Some people treat clinching like it is boring or unnecessary, but clinching is boxing. Inside fighting is boxing. Holding, tying up, leaning, wrestling for position, breaking rhythm, surviving when hurt, and making a fight ugly are all part of the sport. So I want to ask, why did Undisputed not have a true clinch and inside fighting system? My follow-up, was it a design choice because the team thought casuals would not like it? That part. Was it a technical issue? Technical limitation? No. Was it a hard to balance online? Was it hard to balance online? I think it didn't even matter at that point. Or did SCI not understand how important clinching and inside fighting are to real boxing? Boxer identity. Section 9, boxer identity. Question 9. Why do many boxers feel like skins instead of fully separate boxing identities? A boxing game should not just have licensed names and faces. Each boxer should feel different because of tendencies, traits, capabilities, flaws, habits, rhythm, reactions, defense, punch, selection, footwork, stamina, behavior, ring IQ, and emotional response under pressure. And I know a lot of y'all in y'all here just hearing that said, Poe, that's too much. They can't do all that. Yes, they can. 100%. No excuses now. No excuses now. Unreal Engine, you could do all of that. All of that with no excuses. No excuses. So my question is, why is SCI doing? No, what is SCI doing to make boxers truly fight like themselves? Follow up. Will Undisputed 2 have deep tendency sliders? Will created boxers have tendencies? Will CPU boxers fight differently without the user's forcing it? Will boxers have traits that create strengths and weaknesses? Will a pressure boxer, counterpuncher, outside boxer, spoiler, brawler, technical, and defensive specialists actually have different behave different round after round? Will they? All right. Section 10. Section 10, offline players. Let me see what y'all saying in the chat before I move on. What's up, Lamont Davis? Appreciate you, man. What's up, A Smooth? Appreciate you, man. Salute. E-Boxing Champion. Salute. Appreciate you, man, coming through. Let me see. What's good, Poe in chat? The ref should be in the ring at all times in real boxing while the match is going on. Also, there should be traits for individuals. Exactly. Everything you mentioned, Poe, was in the OG ESBC gameplay trailer. Inside fighting, ref, clinching, movement look better. And then 80% of it was scrapped and supposedly due to lack of dev talent and unity. Yeah, good excuse. That's a good excuse that they're using. They're using all them excuses, and the devs ain't gonna say nothing because they don't want other companies to think that that's how they're gonna do with them. I got 10 people here. Salute. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate all of y'all, man. Y'all come through, y'all support. Please hit the like button too. But y'all come through and support, and I appreciate y'all, man. Especially the developers that don't say anything. And I appreciate y'all too. Y'all ain't got to say anything. I know y'all here. And I'm not going to tell people how I know y'all here. But I know y'all here. All right. Offline players. What does it feel like? Why does it feel like offline boxing fans were treated as secondary? A lot of hardcore fans are offline players. They want career mode, promoter mode, CPU versus CPU, universe control, rankings, belts, sanctioning bodies, gyms, trainers, managers, rivalries, injuries, contracts, and the ability to watch their boxing world unfold. And I know a lot of y'all saying, "Oh, that's too much." No, it's not. No, it's not. Go to my blogs, and it will explain that all of this can be done. It's on the team. All of this can be added in the game, especially with Unreal Engine. A lot of this stuff is baked in the game system. It's baked into Unreal Engine system. So I want to ask, does SCI truly value offline players, or is offline dev being treated as less important than online balancing? That's where the word balancing comes from. When I hear the word balancing, I always think about online. Does SEI truly value offline players, or is offline depth treated different as less important than online balancing and content creator visibility? My follow-up question. Will Undisputed 2 allow fans to watch any fight? Will it have CPU versus CPU? Will it have a deeper career ecosystem? Will it have a real ranking movement? Will it have real ranking movements? That's one of the things that I'll be talking about too. Will it have promoter, manager, trainers, and career politics? Will offline players get sliders deep enough to shape the experience they paid for? Keyword, paid. Keywords, paid for. Section 11, Creation Suite. Why was the Creation Suite not treated like a major pillar? Why was the Creation Suite not treated like a key pillar? Boxing fans create. They create boxers, prospects, legends, gyms, trainers, promoters, referees, belts, organizations, fight cards, stables, and entire universes. A deep Creation Suite is not a side feature. It is a long-term life support for a boxing game. It is a long-term life support for a boxing game. So I will ask, why did SEI not build a Creation Suite deep enough for the kind of boxing fans who keep sports games alive? And my follow-up question, will Undisputed 2 have far more creation slots? Can we create managers, promoters, referees, judges, belts, organizations, gyms, arenas, fight cards, records, styles, tendencies, traits, or is the creation still going to be limited? Or is the creation still going to be limited? Let me see. Options and sliders. Why not solve many of these debates with options? That's what I'll be saying. Why not solve many of these debates with options? A lot of the conflict between casual online players and hardcore simulation players could be solved with options. Realistic stamina sliders, damage sliders, referee strictness sliders, clinch frequency sliders, inside fighting sliders, footwork realism sliders, punch speed sliders, power modifier, AI aggression, AI ring IQ, AI punch output, AI defensive responsibility, career difficulty, cut frequency, doctor stoppages frequency, flash knockdown frequency. So my question is, why are options not being treated as bridge between casual accessibility and hardcore realism? Why are options not being treated as the bridge between casual accessibility and hardcore realism? My follow-up question, why force everyone into one balanced hybrid when you can let players customize the boxing experience. You see that? Balanced. And I should have said balance authenticity. All right, let me see. Good dust in the chat. The ref in the ring is E-Boxing Champion said the ref in the ring is non-negotiable. We need more realism and depth and deep mechanics in boxing games. A Smooth said exactly. And I feel like with the next iteration of Undisputed, just based off the devs they have now from EA, 2K, Rockstar Games, we will get the game Ash promised itself to make and for us fans. What's up? Salute, Beast. Po, let me in, big bro. Salute, Beast. Hey, everybody. All right, let me see. Let me see. Give me a second. I wasn't looking at the screen, so I didn't know who was in the chat. Let me see. None of the big sports game companies can make a new boxing game that outperform fight. You would say that. You would say that. You would say that because you love that game. Here we go. Yeah, here we go. Right. Precisely. Let me see. Let me finish reading this. All right, transparency. Why should fans trust SCI after SCI won? This is the question people want to ask but dance around. A lot of fans feel misled. They feel the game they supported as ESBC is not the game they receive as Undisputed. They feel the messaging promised one thing, but the final product delivered something else. So I want to ask, why should hardcore boxing fans trust SCI with Undisputed too? And my follow-up question is, what are you willing to show before launch? Not trailers, not buzzwords, not creative trips, not controlled interviews. Will you show raw gameplay, CPU, CPU, career mode death, full settings, sliders, AI behavior, clinching, referee systems, inside fighting, creation suite death, online ecosystem? Trust is not rebuilt with words. Trust is built with proof. All right, let me let Beast in. Beast, what's up? Beast, what's up?
What's going on, bro?
Not much. Yeah. What's
What's
going on with you? What'd you say?
You saw the Ash interview with Mike.
Yeah, he has been I didn't see the whole thing, but I said I see how this going, so I said I don't think I'm gonna be able to watch it right now. But he was saying when he asked him what kind of game it is, and he said authentic. That is an industry word. That's an industry word. That means it's a hybrid. Instead of them coming straight out and say hybrid, he's gonna say what will like hardcore fans won't attack him about.
I think that he really thinks that it's authentic. I think that Ash, and just like a lot of people, they think that they know boxing. They don't think that boxing is on the job training. And that is what's so disrespectful about our sport and gaming, because they don't treat our sport like a sport. They treat our sport like a fighting game. Because the developers, I think that Ash and his brothers kind of looked up with ESBC Boxing Club when, you know, they say you study long, you study wrong. They say follow your first mind. His first mind was dealing with boxers. Ben Davison, a coach, all the coaches, all the boxers. That's why ESBC looked at so beautiful, because boxers was behind the advisory. Now, Ash is not a boxer, but he comes from the blue collar world, and now he's surrounded around people who are like him, which he feel more comfortable with, and he trusts them more than he trusts boxers. So when he was an indie company, he had no choice but to respect the boxers and listen to them. And then the blue collar people, the blue collar people come in and no, don't listen to them. Listen to, it's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. They don't even know what the fuck they talking about. They want a say. They want to be able to say something. They want to be able to put their input of what they think. Well, I think that, you know, when you throw a right hand, that a banana should come out your knuckles. I think it'd be really fun. I think it'd be really fun if sometimes it's like when you throw a punch, it doesn't have to be realistic. You know, I think a firecracker should fall out of his ass, and that'll make the game really, really fun. And then Ash, like, you got a point there, you got a point there. And then us hardcore fans, what? Huh? A banana come out the fuck? What the fuck? What is this? Oh, Beast, you're being too serious, man. You're being too serious. You want this to be a real boxing game. It's just not going to sell. Well, guess what? We've been around 50-something years, and this is the same argument for our entire fucking lifespan.
No.
The moment that we almost... Here's the deal. ESBC Boxing Club is not about Unreal Engine. It's not about development teams. And sorry for whoever said that in the chat. You are sadly mistaken. You are sadly mistaken when you say, "Oh, they have new development." Let me just crush your bubble right quick. Whoever said that? Oh, it's development teams. You know, they got bigger. No, that shit don't mean nothing. It means nothing. Let me tell you why it means nothing. Because Ash Habib had to quit his job, sell his Viper, Dodge Viper, to make a boxing game. When he made that boxing game, and that boxing game got 1 million views, that's when everybody want to jump on the bandwagon. Now, these people that got these companies, gaming companies, almost 365 gaming companies in America. And you telling me all these people that's coming around now, why they didn't make a fucking boxing game? Why didn't they make a boxing game? Nobody made a fucking boxing game? Nobody thought to make an authentic boxing game. But a person that's never done video gaming before in their life just sprung up and made a video game, hit the jackpot, because he would not have the footwork system if it wasn't for boxers. He would not have the physics engine if it wasn't for boxers. If it wasn't for boxers, ESBC Boxing Club would have never been what it is. Ever since he started bringing industry people into his company, the game has gone down. ESBC Boxing Club still looks better than Undisputed. It makes it look crazy. And what's crazy about it, the people, the boxers, ex-boxers or boxing purists, they can see that. They can see the road that he was going down. The road he was going down, everything he was doing was boxing in the ring related. Pull counters, the drilling mode, everything. We never got that. And the community is not asking for that. Y'all keep asking for different shit when you should be asking for ESBC Boxing Club. We never played that. We never got a chance to play that. That feint system is not in the game. Go look at the feint system in the video. And the thing about gamers and us as a people, you know what I'm talking about, we lazy. We'll go look at those videos. Go look at the videos and you tell me, are you playing that? That's not the same game. It may look the same. It's not. The graphics not even the same. The movement is not even the same. The check hook is not even the same. ESBC Boxing Club Undisputed sucks. Not because it's compared to Champion. Compared to Champion, it blows Champion out the water. It blows the other boxing games out the water. But what it doesn't blow out the water is ESBC Boxing Club. And that is what they promised us, and they didn't give it to us. And the new people that's coming on, they Undisputed fans. They know nothing about ESBC Boxing Club. It's only the old heads now that been around since 2019, 2020, all the way up to now, going, oh, we missed out on ESBC Boxing Club, and now we're going to be a thing of the past. And now Will Kinsler's version of what boxing is, now everybody knows what that version is, but we never ever got a chance to see what ESBC Boxing Club. The community needs to be putting pressure on what you promised us. And what's crazy about it, he's still not understanding that that first video got 1 million views. The moment he hired other people, the views started going down. 800,000, 700,000, 600,000, 500,000, 400,000, 100,000. Ever since he hired Mr. Kinsler, the views started going down. They didn't go up, they went down. And that was a guaranteed 1 million times $69. They knew that. That's $69 million guaranteed. That's why they are bored. That's why all these gaming companies saying, hey, Ash, I want to come and kiss your ass. Can I come on board? But when he was making the game, just like Hard Knocks, boxing, just like Round for Round, none of them people came around. But when they seen that he had something going, he had something that was going to be big, now all of a sudden everybody boxing fans. Now all of a sudden everybody want to jump on the bandwagon. And the people who are hardcore and will do this for free, we get shitted on. We get shitted on. Now all of you, let me say this because I know you don't know this. Now that UC6 done took almost a kitchen sink from ESBC Boxing Club and renamed it, now Pride and all them got the game that they want. Jay them got the game that they want. They playing it right now because I'm looking at them on PlayStation. They playing it right now. They wanted to come over and infiltrate and learn boxing so they could use it for MMA. That's what they came for. And that's who they patronize. That's who still, instead of patronizing the boxing fans, they patronizing the MMA fans. They patronizing the mink, the jokers of boxing. You know that John, you try to be nice and be friends with everybody. You know that shit pisses you off. You know that. You know he making a joke out of boxing. You know that mink. Man, that man making a mockery out of a sport that we love. And we just and now he's on board and he not saying nothing because he happy he got a job. And I believe Will got Boxing Fanatical that job at that virtual reality because I know Will got connections in the gaming industry. I know that. That's his strength. Cool. But boxing is not your strength. And that's, you know, it's just sad thing. It's sad more for me and him because me and Poe getting gray. We've been waiting on this shit way longer than all of y'all. And we just not getting a just due, man. And I don't think we're going to be able to see it in our lifetime, especially when he started talking about he got Ali for the next 70 years. We not going to be here for the next goddamn 70 years. You know, Jay may see it by the time he our age, and then he might be arguing, man, this joke's crazy, man. That ain't no. By the time he get 40 or 45 years old, he gonna be talking like me and Poe. But it's gonna be too late then, because we gonna probably be gone way older. You know what I mean? So you know, that's just the nature of things. Boxing is one of those things that it takes time to learn and understand the sport of boxing and the intricacies and all the stuff you were saying about the sliders. See, that takes the power out of somebody's hands if you give us sliders. See, this is how the game is supposed to, because now me and you could go in there and go, I got it like this. This is how the game's supposed to be played. Now it makes developers look stupid. That's what they worried about. But sports games have sliders. 2K basketball has sliders. You can go in and adjust it. You can go in there and adjust it and create your own experience. You can go in there and play how you want to play, or how you see boxing, or how you see basketball supposed to be played. You could turn. I heard you saying the sliders with 1-punch knockout sliders, flash knockdown sliders, all that different stuff. Bro, he went to take it away from boxing, and he turned it into a fighting game. And the reason why he did that, and people don't understand why he did that because if it came down to making a real, he wouldn't have any input. That's why he promotes arcade boxing. So, because you know why? Because arcade boxing is subjective. He doesn't have to be a scientist to opinionate about an arcade boxing game. But see, when it comes to scientific boxing game and knowing the sport, Will never wanted that game to go down that road, because then he would have been exposed. He don't know nothing about boxing.
You got to explain himself too much.
He can't explain it. He won't explain himself,
Yeah, the chat saying that the resources had nothing to do with it.
It has nothing to do with it. Then why is ESBC way better than Undisputed and didn't have any resources?
Yup. That right there says a lot. That says a lot.
Go look at if you know anything, you got eyes. Maybe you don't know what a check hook looks like. Go look at the check hook in the first video with David Adelaide versus Eddie.
Man, Eddie. It looked just so beautiful, man. That's the thing.
And he threw it in the right position. Go look at the pool counters by King Arthur. Go look at the pool counters. Go look at the trait system. Go look at the trait system, the adrenaline system, the critical zones where you had to do a backstep hook, which hit certain parts of the temple. You could punch in the nose, the chin. Go look. Why is the cut system way better than now? So with y'all not understanding, it doesn't matter about Unreal. It matters about the directors. What I mean by directors, I mean directing a movie. Making a video game is like making a movie. It depends on who the director is, who is directing the code, who is creating the story of boxing, who's doing that. It doesn't matter if you got God Gaming Company. If you ain't got boxers in there and trainers telling you every nuance, it's going to be the developer's opinion of what they think boxing is, and that's going to be arcade.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a pretty arcade game, smooth. We got the best internet. We got Zim code for Street Fighter, and we're gonna have I'm not gonna get hit with. Listen, let me tell you how crazy about these fans is. They complain about getting hit with a ghost punch. Like a ghost punch changes the entire fight. You know what that tells you, Poe? That they not throwing punches. Because how can one punch land that don't knock you out? You complaining about it because he hit you?
Yeah.
Boxing is the game.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's the hurt game. You playing the hurt game. So you complaining about, oh, he hit me with a ghost punch. He hit me with a punch. So you saying that one punch is why you lost? You got 8 rounds.
Yeah, that's crazy. What's saying? He's saying that SCI overpromised. I don't think so.
They did not overpromise. They did not. How you listen? Let me get him. Let me get him, Poe. Let me get him. Let me do it. You in order to overpromise, you can't have a product out already. So if I make a promise, I can't have a product out, because if I'm making a promise, I don't have a product yet. So that don't make sense. You cannot overpromise if you have a product. They already had a product out. So they didn't overpromise. They didn't give it to us.
Yeah.
Fanatical played it. King Juice played it. Coach's Corner played it. Showbiz played it. Study played it. All of them played it. And they said, Fanatical changing up his words now. But it's video recorded. This is the best boxing game I've ever played. They got little quirks and stuff they need to fix. And they got to fix the one tap to the stomach, like they knock you down. Showbiz was like, man, this is the first time I ever played a boxing game that was about boxing and not a game that was a boxing game, but it didn't feel like a real boxing game. This is the first boxing game I felt like it was boxing.
Yeah.
We did have a product. Y'all don't follow the storyline. Hey, Will, can we show him the career mode? No, don't show him that.
Yeah.
No, don't show him that.
How about when Ash was saying hyper realistic and stuff? Don't that sound like somebody keep telling you, Ash, you can't say something that he got mad and said,
you got to think about this. You got to give Gad. You got to. This is what you underestimate. Ash don't know what me and you know about inside that ring, Paul.
Yeah.
If Ash knew what we knew, Will would be fired a long time ago, bro. He don't.
Yeah.
You can only trade. Even the great Emmanuel Stewart was a boxer. He's in amateurs. He didn't ever go pro, but he was in amateurs.
Yeah.
You can't be teaching nobody and you ain't never been in there and have that heat coming at your face. And then you knowing how to fake like you not hurt when you hurt, when a nigga knock all the wind out of you, and then you got to pretend like you still can breathe right, but you really hurt, or you really like got the wind knocked out of you, or a nigga buzz you and you hear the ringing in your head, but you can't let him know that ringing is in your head. You got to be in there. So Ash don't know that. That's why he's being manipulated. And then all casuals think the same way, Poe. All casuals think the same exact way. They fight, they do everything. If they not trained, when they walk into a gym, they're gonna lean back, they're gonna do all, they got to be retrained. You know what it is. So guess what they do? They do the same thing they'll do on the street. They're gonna lean back, they're gonna use their legs. You ever seen a street fight with a fight start at the park and they wind up at the church?
Yeah.
Because the street fighters don't know how to circle. They don't know how to circle. They know how to go back and forward, back and forward. They don't know how to circle their opponent. You'll never see a street fighter circling. He not gonna circle the opponent. He gonna go back and forward. If you watch a gamer and the camera view that they don't fight about, Street Fighter camera view. When Marshall Mines saw that camera view alternating and moving, 360 movement, he said, there's no point I should be seeing my character's back, because he understand angles in boxing.
Yeah, that's crazy. That was crazy him saying that.
You remember he said that?
Yeah, no point of you seeing. I'm like, what are you talking about?
Because he wanted to see, they wanted, and this subconsciously with them. So what I'm saying is, Will think the same way, Ash think the same way. Because you got to remember, Ash was standing over Ben Davison and Josh Taylor. He just was taking clues. Okay, they the professionals. Let me just code what they saying, and fucked around and made the best boxing game ever made. Then he started talking to his colleagues with the blue collar people, with the computers and all this, graduates from universities, and they talking his language.
Yeah.
And nobody's in his ear to say you had it right the first time when you was listening to boxers and trainers.
And they calling us the loud minority. That's crazy. Where's the data? Where's the data? We're
the loud minority.
We're the loud minority.
We are
hardcore fans.
We are.
I disagree with that. That's why I want to survey.
Poe, yes, Poe. It's always been like that. Poe, look at it happens to Poe. That just doesn't happen to me and you. It doesn't just happen to me and you. It happens to Roy Jones Jr. with Larry Merchant and all them. George Foreman. They got to pipe down so they won't hurt the commentator, the person that went to college feelings. You don't see the game. They don't respect boxers, bro. None of them do, bro. They look at us as savages. That's how they look at us. We fucking savages, bro. They don't respect fucking Roy Jones Jr. You see it. You see it. You saw the other day where Andre Ward was talking with Joe Tessitore and them and Max Kellerman, and he made comments that was contrary to what they were seeing, but then what he said played out in the actual fight.
Yeah.
Max Kellerman, like, I went to college and I have a degree in journalism. But you goddamn boxing, bro. You can't see that in the world. Nobody respects boxers, bro. Look at what's his name? He's on the on Undisputed, the boxer. What's the guy name from WWE?
Oh, you talking about Todd Grisham?
Todd Grisham run his fucking mouth more than the boxer do about the fight.
Yeah, and that
now you tell me who know more about boxing? The other guy, huh?
I'll be saying, Todd, be quiet. I'd rather for what's calm to talk.
But they don't want him to talk. They don't want him to talk. They listen. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Yeah. They don't even respect boxers, professional boxers who have made it and have a name. They got him sitting back like he just, I don't know nothing. I'm just a dummy. I don't know nothing. But you in his world and you talking more than him, Todd Grisham. You talking more than him. And you got him as a color commentator too, when he can add way more depth to the boxing talking. What's his name? What's the guy's name?
Oh, you talking about the English guy, but I'm talking about Sergio Martinez.
I'm talking about the English guy. I'm talking about when you listen to the commentation on Undisputed, there's the actual boxers that's with Todd Grisham, but Todd Grisham talks more.
Yeah, but I was talking about Sergio. Sergio, he got more knowledge than Todd got. And he don't say nothing.
Sergio came from Contender Series and he ain't all that either. Come on, bro.
But Sergio knows his stuff.
We know more than Todd Grisham, but guess what? Guess what? And he getting treated the same way because he a boxer. He didn't go to school. He don't have a he don't have a degree. He doesn't have it. These people be having master's degrees and bachelors and all this old kind of stuff. And in the world, that's respected more than your boxing degree.
Yeah.
And they show it on TV all the time. Why you don't see this? Man, they had George Foreman sound like a kid on HBO, bro. You remember, bro. Man. And come on, man. They had that man sound like a child, bro. Emmanuel Stewart sometimes didn't take that shit. Emmanuel Stewart sometimes didn't take that shit. And Roy Jones would bite back sometimes too.
Yeah.
Andre Ward too.
Teddy Atlas ain't let nobody like run over him.
You know, he was over Friday night fights and Tuesday night fights. You know, he was over ESPN Friday night fights, Tuesday night fights, yeah.
He told him, hey, let me out. You know, hey, I'm not gonna agree with yo. He used to be saying some stuff. I'm like, they're gonna fire him.
So now you understand what I'm saying about loud minority.
Yeah.
The language that we speak in boxing, bro, they not gonna understand, Pope.
Yeah.
They not gonna understand. They not gonna understand, bro. You got to be in there. Like Bam just got hit with what? The Southpaw Killer knocked him on his ass today. Bam Rodriguez got a hit with the Southpaw Killer. The cross, the right hand. That's not even in the game. You can hit a nigga in the game on Undisputed with a million goddamn counter right hooks. I mean right hands, right crosses or straight right hands or to a southpaw, and it won't do nothing to him. That's what I mean by the boxing logic is not in the game.
Yeah.
It's not in the game. It's all about energy bars.
That's what we be talking about. Like you could tell, like a boxer or a trainer in there, we will get the things because we know. I mean, they see what should the reactions be, how things should be implemented in the game correctly.
Another thing too, Pope, they be trying to copy the pace of boxing, right? They don't understand that in the they be watching 12-round fights, 10-round fights. Those are professionals, and they have a person on the other side of them that it's not like they can't throw 100 punches around because they can, especially welterweights in the lower weight classes. They can throw 100 punches around. The reason they don't do that is because the other person knows the counters, and you can't just do that to them. That's why it's a lot of waiting. So a lot of video games, when they make boxing games, they give you low stamina to try to make it look like what they see on TV. Think about what I just said. They try to make it look like what they see on TV.
Yeah.
That's what Cold Blooded was
boxing
doing.
Is slow. They be saying
listen, that's what Cold Blooded was doing. And when I called him out on, he couldn't say nothing. Cold Blooded, that's why he had the camera, the fight videos right there, so he could mirror what he looking at. A boxer would never do that.
Yeah.
A boxer has a photographic memory of how another boxer fights.
Yup.
All we got to do is
a good example is Tank had them all them fights with Lamont Davis. He know what he brought to the table. So
you know what he brought to the table. He knew all the tendencies. But look, here's the thing: Lamont Roach he didn't beat Pitbull.
Nope.
He when he got embarrassed. But
Tank beat him that much. That showed that means something. You fighting somebody that you saw. I mean, you fought
a bunch of times. You got their patterns, just like Tarver did, Roy Jones. Same damn thing. Verhoeven. I would like to see Verhoeven fight a top 10 heavyweight, since he think you came in there with that unorthodox style that Usyk never seen before. He caught up to you. He did an old boxing. Watch this, Poe. This was the casual. This is why we the loud minority. I'm about to say something that's a loud minority comment. Verhoeven, Usyk beat Verhoeven with boxing experience, which is he just knocked his opponent down. When you throw a flurry and you land in a flurry, you will force the referee to stop that fight. That's an awareness of a professional boxer who knows the rules of boxing and knows how to implement that rule at the right moment. And that's what Usyk did. He jumped right on him to force the referee to stop that fight.
And it makes the referee panic. Referee panic because they want to make a mistake. Referee, hey,
to throw that flurry like that, and he not defending himself, the referee but that comes from Usyk experience. Look who we talking about. We talking about a gold medalist. We talking about a undisputed cruiserweight champion. We talking about an undisputed heavyweight champion. People thinking like he don't know what he you know that. The way he jumped on him.
And he got a deep amateur background.
And he got a deep amateur. See how you just added that? See how you just added that? And he got a deep amateur background. So he knows what the referee is looking for. He knows what the judges is looking for. Been around boxing a long time. A lot of people don't know. Adrian Broner got 300 doggone amateur fights.
Yup.
A lot of people don't know that. They don't know Floyd had 300 and some amateur fights. They don't even know that because they only come around with the Super Bowl fights. They got so many amateurs and amateur Golden Glove fighting right now as we speak, coming up through the rank. They don't know them because they don't follow the sport.
Facts.
That's why in video game they start you off at 19 years old. That's wrong.
That's wrong.
Why are you not starting the game off at 5 years old? Oh, you're a child molester. You want to start off at 5 years old?
Yeah, that's
what somebody said to me in the Discord. I was like, huh?
That's weirdo stuff for them to say that.
Bro. Then why don't you old people just go sit down and stop having and go take care of your grandkids or something and stop being nigga? We came with video games way before our lifetime started with video games.
It's our generation.
It's our generation, buddy. That and hip hop. They was born at the same time. Video games and hip hop were born at the same time.
Exactly. People be acting like it's my mother and father generation. No, this is my generation. So you want to tell me you're too old? My mother and father supposed to say that, not you, because that was their generation. They didn't play video games. They didn't understand video games.
That's a fact.
So that's why they used to say that.
That's a fact. You know,
So I had,
so we just
I had this
and
lady I
it's
called
all
my
it's at the end of the
grandmother.
day, like you say, Pope, it's all on Ash, man. It's all on Ash,
Yeah,
bro.
that's 100%. Is company. He
It's
gotta,
all on, bro.
yeah. I want to
The,
interview
the,
him. I'm trying to get the community
the
to
sad
get
part
on me.
about it, you're not gonna get an interview unless somebody, you know what I mean? You're not gonna get no
Monitor.
interview because he's gonna, yeah, and not monitored. I don't think nobody can control Ash. I tell you what it is, that blue collar thing, bro. Like they went to college, universities. Ash love boxing, but he not a boxer. You know what I mean? Like he not a boxer, bro. Like you could tell the game is being controlled by somebody. What you got camera views on there, you got certain stuff on there like manual blocking that you don't introduce to the world. Why? Why are you doing that? Somebody's hiding that. Why are you hiding over the shoulder when over the shoulder is the view of 2K? It's a 2K view because it's showing the opponent in front of you, not side by side. Why you don't give us the option to use different camera views? Why you got us stuck in a Street Fighter left to right camera view? Why? Somebody's controlling the outcomes. Somebody wants to be in control. That's why they won't give you sliders, because then they won't have control. Why
Yeah.
I can't choose simulation mode and career mode?
Yeah, that makes no sense whatsoever. That makes, cause then you're gonna see what they're capable of giving us. That's why they don't want us to give us the control in
He
career
already
mode.
tell you what we're gonna do. It's gonna be a beautiful, pretty game. It's gonna be a pretty ass game, but it's not gonna have no boxing logic. You can mark my words. I can guarantee you, it's gonna be a shiny toy that when you get down into the mechanics and look at it, it's not gonna have no. It's not going. It's probably have a jumping around referee. He's not gonna be active. He's not gonna be doing all the stuff that referees do, like when you get a headbutt by so if two people bob at the same time, that should cause a headbutt.
Yeah.
If two people bob at the same time or they throw it,
we had that. Remember? You remember that early?
Facts. And and it usually happens with a southpaw and an orthodox fighter. That's what headbutts usually clash. When they both get into throw a certain punch, they clash heads. Then the referee, if you hit too low, he's supposed to tap his stomach and wave up like this. All of the gestures that referees, all this stuff would make that game way deeper if they just not follow the fans, just follow the sport.
Yeah.
That's all I'm asking. Don't follow Poe. Don't follow Beast. Follow the fucking sport. Go talk to the fucking referees. Ask the referees what you do in these situations. Go talk to the trainers. Go talk to the professional boxers and the professional trainers. Go to the amateur tournaments. Learn the sport. Don't listen to me and Poe. Don't listen to Beast. Listen to the sport of boxing. Let us see the hand wraps getting done. Let us see the hand wraps getting done. Let us see the hand wraps. Let us take the Adderall stick and start wrapping our hands before fights to give these gamers a feel of what real boxing is. Just a feel of
boxing before your fight.
Shadow boxing, you can do it on UFC 6. You can punch all day and fight all day. No stamina, you can just punch and fight all day on UFC. But you can't do that with boxing because Will wants to control, bro. He's a controlling person. You can see it all in the game, bro. He's controlling the outcome. And now he back in the shadows, still controlling. Watch and see.
Yeah.
Watch and see. They might give a big announcement before the year's out, probably around November, because that's they time that they come out, October, November. So they want to get around Christmas time so they can. Come on, man. That man very strategic. He care about money. So he can wait till all the big games come out, and then they're going to push the game out.
You know, we got to put the game out because, you know, Wolverine is coming out. You know, UFC 6 is coming out, and a couple of games are coming out. Virtua Fighter 6 is coming out. So we don't want to be around the same time these games are coming out. We're going to make sure that we get our money. So let's just make sure the game comes out around November, you know, around Christmas time, you know. You're going to do it around October, somewhere around. Watch. And it's probably be 27 around that time.
Yeah,
think
around 27, probably get it around November. You know what I mean? You know,
yeah.
I'm getting burnt out on it, to tell you the truth, Poe, because we've been waiting for it too long. But I'm getting too old, and I done gave 6 years of my time to this company to be demonized, hated for telling the truth about the sport of boxing, treated like a little boy up under a man that we were there before he was, and we don't even get what they call it on the job, seniority.
One score said, "Your voice is gold. Your white voice is gold."
Yeah, we would like to take it there, but I just want to know that can you not make it realistic and simulated? I'm not going to have a chance online to be able to play and compete. Can you kind of make it simcade? I just want to know. I know I already said that before in Undisputed 1 where we got simcade, but can you I mean, where's the game going to go? It's going to really be like similar, too simulated, and I don't think it'll be fun if it's too realistic.
But
Yeah,
they don't say this shit about baseball. They don't say this shit about They don't say this shit about F1. They don't say this shit about Battlefield 6. They don't say it about Rainbow Six. They don't say, you don't never hear a gamer saying, man, this fucking gun sound like a 22. This ain't no AK. This an AK-47 sound like a 22. Oh, you're being too technical. It's because you don't know what a fucking AK-47 sound like. It don't sound like a 22. So if then you start arguing that, and then you got the casual fans saying, B should take it a little bit too serious. I mean, a gun is a gun, right? We all know that a gun is just me messing with Will. The gun is a gun, right? It goes kapow, right? You squeeze the trigger, the bullet comes out. You squeeze the trigger, and the bullet comes out. So, shoot the gun is just basic, right? It's everybody knows it's shoot, squeeze the trigger, kapow, bullet comes out, you hit your man, he falls down. Okay, it's not that deep, So, but you have those hardcore people. Man, I've been in the military. I shot all kind of guns. I was a gunsmith. I did this. I broke the gun down, and you can break guns down on Call of Duty. You can break the guns down on Battlefield. But when it comes to our fucking sport, shut the fuck up. You don't know, you're being too serious. You're doing this. They can't do this. Man, these folks breaking down video. They breaking down guns and Battlefield, hitting particles, knocking pieces out the wall of the building, fucking tanks and fucking jets and all kind of shit. I just got to playing it, knocking the trees down, the grass, and you telling me they can't implement 2 people in the ring or 3 people in the ring when we got WWE, which shows they don't have 10, 15 people in the ring. So you telling me you can't have 3 people in the ring and it's already a game? WWE, all you gotta do is hire somebody from 2K that work at WWE and show them how to put a third person in there with a referee, a live referee that you can even bump into. Yeah, that's realism. That's realism.
Yeah.
WWE got it. You can touch the referee. You can make a mistake and hit the referee. That should be in our boxing game. But now what y'all want is a hybrid boxing game, fighting game, so you can fucking win. That's all they care about, bro. These casual fans know they don't know nothing about boxing, and they scared people like me and you and boxing fans will beat the brakes off of them. Oh, I hate this game. I hate this game. I hate this game. I'm gonna play it again.
Realistic. It's not fun.
No. What they'll do is, this is what Ash don't understand. They'll quit playing for that day and play it again because they're addicted to boxing games.
You're right. You're right.
I hate this game. I'm gonna give it one more try. You know what? I saw that in a real boxing game. I was watching a boxing match, and they was doing the same thing that they was doing in Undisputed, and I was like, "Wow, this game is realistic," because I saw it in a real fight. I've been studying boxing, and I've been watching it slowing down in Undisputed. Undisputed is really like copying the sport of boxing. I saw the referee tap his stomach and say, "Keep it up." And I was like, wow, they do that in the real game. This is realistic.
Yo.
That's shout out to Leafy. That's my Leafy impersonation.
Yeah.
Well, you know, he having a ball playing UFC 6 right now.
Yeah, they loving that game.
Yeah, man.
Shout out to Crooks.
Bro.
I was shocked Crooks came through because I know Crooks love UFC. But I'll be telling them, I say, if you love something, you supposed to love it, but you can't try to calm me down for loving what I love.
But the thing is, here's the thing. Here's the separation, though. We see how much they know about their sport. We don't bother them with their sport.
No,
we don't tell them that. So when I tell them, bro, you don't know boxing, you should just, you know it's true. So why you just don't say, yeah, Beast, you right? If you say, Beast, you don't know MMA, then I'm gonna say, you right. I don't watch it.
Yeah. Yep,
I can't tell you how this person kick. No, he kicks, and every time he kicks, his toenail comes off. I don't know that shit. You know, when he does the leg kick, his butt cheek jumps to the left, and it kind of like jiggles, and then he kicks him in the leg. He does a calf kick, and when he does his calf kick, he always switches his hip. I don't know that shit, bro, but I know boxing like that. But then when I tell you boxing like that, you get mad at me.
Yep.
So you know boxing is more superior than MMA. Because if it wasn't, why did you? If you in the superior sport, in the superior combat sport, why you get mad when I tell you you don't know an inferior combat sport?
Yeah. Must be
Does that make sense?
when I tell them, because people, they get mad when I tell them, I say, yo, man, you wrong. They don't want you to correct them. They don't want you to correct them and saying, yo, that's not really boxing what you're saying. They don't want you to correct them at all.
They don't want you to say that. Fact. You know why? Because they know boxing is superior. If it wasn't, why you tell me I don't know shit about MMA? It ain't gonna hurt not one bit.
No, not at all. It's not gonna bother me. Like you right.
It ain't gonna bother me. But why my sport when I tell you don't know what the fuck you talking about? Why you get so butthurt?
It's like I told him, I said when EA wanted me to be for the UFC, I said, nah, man. I said, I'm not doing it. I said, why? It'll be disingenuous. It wouldn't.
Your heart wouldn't be. I couldn't do it either, even if they gave me a job at E, because it's just. I mean, I'm the same way, bro. But come on, man. We've been here. I lost a lot following this game. Putting a lot of time into this game, bro, and yeah, man. It's been a long journey, a long road, bro. I think we're gonna be stuck with what we'll be stuck with, Poe. You should have never brought that. You shouldn't have never brought that cowboy to the barbecue, man.
Yeah, man. What's up, True Sim Pro Boxing? Appreciate you coming through. Jay Shep here.
I see me.
He said Beast taking the nap.
For all y'all that don't know, Jay Shep was talking exactly like me. Made a better video than me, got 70,000 views, and then he got a gag order from John Gotti. And Jay Shep, I don't respect you for that. As a man, I don't respect you. You let somebody buy you, bro. You let somebody buy you and shut you up, bro. You let somebody buy you, bro, and you a black man, and you let somebody buy you, bro. You was talking, and you let that man little boy you and made you delete that shit off your channel, bro. That man little boyed you, and I can guarantee you is not making 6 figures at Steel City, bro. You is not making 6 figures, bro. You is not making six figures. And I know what you care about, because you really don't care about boxing. Yeah, I'm ethering him. You really don't care about boxing. I see you playing all type of video games. So your mission is to get in the gaming industry the same way Fanatico is in the gaming industry. That's what you care about. Don't try to fake like you care about boxing like that, because a real boxing fan and a boxer would have never did what you did. You care more about real connections. Yes, Mr. Kinsler, connections to get you in the gaming industry. And kudos to that, bro. Kudos to that. If that's what you wanted to do, and that's your passion, because games is my passion too. But boxing is first for me, right? And if I had the chance to get in the gaming industry to do that as a profession, I would too, because I would definitely enjoy it. Because I just like games, period. I can play any game too. But boxing holds a special place in my heart. It doesn't in yours. Else you would have never been bought. So, I don't respect that part of you. And then you reached out to me on Twitter, and then you let him tell you can't talk to me. And you wonder who made that video with the slave trade video. You wonder why I made that video. Because I saw you, hey, Beast, I'm about to work at Steel City. Can you holler at me? What's your email address? And somebody told, don't talk to him. Bro, that's slavery type stuff to me. You letting another man tell you what to do. Nah, I'm cool with Beast. I'm gonna talk to him in a way. You can't work here if you talk to him. But you don't think something wrong with that? You don't think something is wrong with that? Like you let a man just belittle you like that and then tell you the right. You don't think something wrong with that? And then he from North Carolina. I'm cut from a different cloth. It could have never been me. It could never been me. And he had just got on board. We all was there before him. The reason why that man got so much power is because y'all support him. That's why. He's nothing without black content creators. All of them black. All of them black. And we got our cousins, some Puerto Ricans. But the rest of them black. And you don't see that. Y'all can't see that. That content creator for this boxing game is black. You give him that power. Y'all give him that power. He doesn't have any power without y'all, but y'all give it to him.
True
and then shit on me. Come on, man.
True Sim said, so Beast, what's your take on what's seen so far of Undisputed 2? You answered that earlier.
I answered that. It's gonna be a shiny toy. It's gonna be so pretty. It's gonna be so pretty. It's gonna make your fingernails drippy. You're gonna be like, oh, this game is so beautiful, until you start looking up under the hood.
No.
Until you start looking up under the hood. It's gonna be a shiny toy. It's gonna be talking and all that. They're gonna be making facial expression. Ain't got shit to do with boxing. You're gonna hit a nigga. Did you see that? His face deformed. It malformed. Did you see it? He gonna do that same shit he stole from round 3, because he been stealing. Will been stealing a whole bunch of shit from fighting. Why you laughing?
I was about to say that. That's how round 3 got us. They got us good.
He gonna do that same shit. You punch him in the face gonna go. Wow! And he gonna hit him in the stomach, and the stomach gonna ripple, and you gonna be.
You see, we got now more technology that now when you hit in the stomach, you see the ripples, and the ripples in the stomach. It's kind of like looks more realistic and it's more physics based. And now we're gonna have like when they have like interviews with boxers, they're gonna see their facial movements and just things like that.
Oh, this game's gonna be real. It's gonna be realistic, man. This game gonna be real. Did you see his booty move? His booty move. It was shaking for real. It was shaking for real. Look at the shorts. Even the shorts got life. And the hair bouncing, which they already had at ESBC. They already had bouncing hair. They had it where you created your man. You remember this post? They had it where you created your man on ESBC, that the hair grew out the follicles and the pores of your head.
Yeah. People don't remember that. They said when you have a beard, the beard would keep growing. It would see. Yo, I'm like, what the heck happened?
None of them don't know that shit. They getting bamboozled, hoodwinked.
Yeah.
And the reason why he able to pull this off, Pope, because those kids are not our age. He can go back in time and steal stuff from old boxing games and present it as new to the new generation. And it worked before, it'll work again. You remember that shit from round 3? And he might go recording when Kudo Sonoda was punching on cow meat and had the microphone right there by cow meat. So when you punch the cow meat at the doggone beef factory, you punching it, he had the microphone right there where you can hear it go.
Oh, this what I gotta ask you.
He gonna do the same damn thing. He gonna do the same damn thing, Pope. He gonna do the same damn thing. Why would I it's gonna be a pretty shiny toy. So that answers your question right there. Watch, I'm gonna be right. Because as long as them boxers not in there and them trainers not in there, and they not the head people over the coders, you're gonna get a shitty game for as boxing logic and simulation. You're gonna have a beautiful boxing game, but it's gonna be, and you're gonna get some new names like Shakur Stevenson. You might not get Shakur because he over there with Dana White. So I got more faith in EA Sports at this time. I got more faith in EA Sports. They got way more experience. Dana White is gonna have a boxing game made out of his. As soon as he get him a good what do you call it, Poe? A good stall of fighters, and he have a good number of fighters, he gonna bring that game out. Watch and see. Because they already setting it up with the Flow State with UFC 6 and the hand game. They already setting it up. So you know what I mean? So they gonna and Canelo might not sign with Steel City this second time. Canelo might not be in the game because this is rumored that he's gonna be in EA Sports UFC 6, so he might not even be in the next game. They might not even have the same fighters. They might have different fighters, and that's what's gonna draw y'all in there because all y'all casuals care about is skins. Look at Boots. Look at Boots. They don't fight nothing like Boots, but the man made him look just like Boots. You be like, he got Boots, and he got Shakur Stevenson, the Fight Night champion. I was like, these niggas don't look sharp about. He still got them drooling over fucking skins. Really? So you throw a skin, give him some.
Yeah, this my thing is, while I got Jay Shep in, ask Ash, could I do an interview with him? I'm not doing it for no clicks or anything. I just want a realistic, heart-to-heart interview.
You have a better chance asking Jay Shep to get an interview with Will. No, that would be. I'm not making a joke. That would be your
Will
best option.
Let me interview him.
No, Jay Shep has a better relationship with Will. Listen to me, Poe. I peep game.
Yeah.
Will got his own office in America, and Jay Shep be there. You got to remember, Jay Shep is not from England.
Yeah.
Neither is Will. So Jay Shep has a really close relationship with Will. He talks to him a lot. So the person that you would want to get in contact with would be Will through Jay. Because Jay don't have that kind of relationship with Ash. He got a big relationship with Will. I can guarantee you that. I put that on my soul. I'm just smart like that. Jay Shep. But I bet he ain't never invited you to no cookout. But you can't go to no cookout. But yeah, he got a relationship with Will because he kind of took the spot of Fanatico when Fanatico left. So he kind of took his spot. So he has a good relationship with Will. So your best out would be rekindle a relationship with Will and see if you can get in that way. And if he tell you to fire me as a friend, hey, for the love of boxing, I'll just dwindle away.
Nah, man.
No, that's how I am, bro. I love the sport that much, you know. I ain't never come in this game to be no content creator or no trying to get no clicks or anything like that. People just
and my
gravitated towards. Go ahead.
Yeah, my thing with Will is I don't think we could reconsider like any type of so-called friendship we have. I don't think anything could
Not a
be
friendship, an
rekindled.
understanding of your knowledge of
Yeah,
boxing,
understand it.
and
That's it.
let Jay Shep bridge that gap. You know what I mean? And you just follow the. I'm just telling you what's real. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because
I'm telling you what's real, and you already had a
Will
prior
did-
relationship with him.
he did me dirty. He did me dirty. He did
Well, I
me
mean,
dirty
if you
to a lot
want to, I'm telling you what's realistic though, Poe. What's realistic? The man that hold all the power is Will Kinsley, not Ash. I don't know. Like Will got Ash nuts in some plies, and some vice grips. And what I really believe Will did was when he was an indie company and he was the most the highest rated gaming person from the gaming industry at the time, that he made him sign shared property of ESBC Boxing Club or part of Steel City. That's why he changed the name. So when he changed the name to his name, he became part of the owner of Undisputed. I could guarantee he did. And that's when he started implementing his ideas like the diagonal dodge, the flat-footed state, the power punches. When Will started putting his own stuff in the stamina, he changed the stamina, he changed the health meter, he changed how the fight happens in the game. He basically turned the game into his own game. So when I seen him doing that, I said he got stakes in this game. He owned part of the company, bro. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna. If you want me to join this team with all my 20 years experience, I gotta own part of this game because I'm not gonna bring my expertise over here and I'm just an employee. I believe that's what Will did when he first got there in 21.
They said, "You see, are you reading the comments?"
No, I'm listening to you when you read them.
Yeah, he said, Will and the guys in the office used to watch your videos and laugh. Yeah, I heard that too.
Watch two videos.
Yours.
Mine?
Yeah. I
They
was
be
telling
what,
them,
laughing at Will?
they was laughing at your videos. They were watching them. I could tell they was watching them.
Who you talking about? Jay just said that? Jay Shep said that?
No, True Sim Pro Boxing Gaming.
Oh, that probably then that is of an obvious question. How does he know that? Just say a little birdie told you.
Yeah, Sean Porter. Because True Sim Boxing used to deal with Sean Porter and all of them. So he was like part of that clip.
Oh, okay. Well, that's, I mean, a lot of I meant, but I didn't mean to make fun of his disability. I take that back 100%, but it's still, you don't know shit about boxing. I'm not taking that back. I'm not taking back that you hijacked the game and you turned it into what you think is a boxing game. I'm not going to take that back. I'm not going to take that you slighted me when you knew I made manual blocking and you took it out the game, 3 points to the head, 3 points to the body. That was my idea. You took it out the game and then told Ash that they repeatedly throwing the same punch on the same angle, which is a boxing tactic. You know that's how he got out the game, right? Yeah. He said they kept throwing, so 3 points to the head, 3 points to the body, had different health bars to the 3 points to the head, 3 points to the body. So people would constantly throw left hooks. So once they got your left side hurt, they'd keep aiming at the left side, right? Where he messed up at, he didn't put manual blocking in there for me to manually protect that side. He put semi-automatically with 3 points to the head, 3 points to the body. So now I can't really protect myself by putting it up and cover that spot up, which is a part of boxing. If a boxer sees you hurt on one side, they're gonna aim for that spot.
Yeah,
that's part of boxing strategy.
Yeah, True Sports Boxing said Will told Sean that they, they watch your videos.
He told Sean that they be watching my videos.
Yeah. Porter.
Oh Lord, Sean Porter probably didn't see. I'll be home this year, Po. So we'll see if he done took out a restraining order. Maybe as soon as I hit the States, I'm gonna get a letter at the house. I'm already anticipating it. When I get home back and I be in New Orleans, I might get a letter at my house. It's probably already there. You got a restraining order from a Will Kinsler. You're not allowed to come to any events, any Steel City events, because that type of shit they do to your ass in America, boy. The shit I be goddamn talking. He probably got a whole warrant out of me, simple assault, goddamn terroristic threats, all type of shit. I'm already anticipating it though. She don't carry for 12 months any goddamn way. You beat me any goddamn way. I ain't goddamn scared, but I'm already anticipating that. You know what I mean? Because that's just how they play the game. They play the game like that. That's how they play the game. You know what I mean?
Yeah. JMMA say, why you so close to the camera? Unc funny, man.
Because I'm laying down, man. I'm laying down. I'll be home back in civilization. So you'll see me back in civilization. You know what I mean? I'm in the black country now, but I'll be back in the United States where I belong. So, you know what I mean? It's been long enough. I got a big old cup in a big soup bowl full of Africa, so I'll be back home. You know, I'm a New Orleans projecty, and you know what I mean? So I'll be back home, you hear me? But yeah, man. Yeah, man, I'm already anticipating that. Y'all got y'all game, bro. JMMA, shout out to y'all, man. It's a beautiful game. I watched how Pride was playing. He destroyed, oh my God, he destroyed me. He used a lot of boxing technique. Pride changed his fight style, Pope.
Yeah.
He's changed his fight style. Yeah, from playing Undisputed. From playing Undisputed and learning a lot about boxing, he was going on angles. He was turning the man out. He was, when he got caught the gate, he turned him out. He was doing a whole bunch of boxing shit. He was switching up levels. He was head faking. He was stepping. He wasn't running. He wasn't doing that left and right backward shit. He wasn't doing that. He was showing different looks. And UFC with him, Naz was trying to stick with him. He had Naz looking like a fucking noob. I'm talking about he had him looking terrible. The way he was fighting like a real fighter.
Yeah.
Proxys. He don't fight the same as what he was fighting since he been playing Undisputed. He move on angles. He be trying to find them angles. He be slipping, moving. He be doing defensive moves when nothing ain't even happening, switching it up, having the man confused, going to the body, taking the openings. I was watching everything he was doing. I said, he learned. I said, he done learn. He done learn how to fight.
Let me say something right quick while I got everybody in here. Jay Shep, JMMA, True Simp Boxing Pro. Won't y'all push for me to get an interview with Ash? And you know, B saying it'd be easier to get with Will, but either or.
Because you talking about Mutombo. You talking about Mutombo. What you gonna do about Mutombo? So as soon as they do that, we're gonna jump up and block that shit. That what you not thinking about.
Yeah.
How you gonna get around that?
Yeah, that's true.
Even if they say yes. No, Mutombo coming. Yaga. Get that shit out of here.
But my thing is, I want them to ask, at least post up like, yo, do y'all want Poe to interview Ash, you know, stuff like that.
He gonna ignore you. He gonna ignore you like he been doing. And I told you the best move you need to do is try to rekindle a relationship with Will, bro.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Because
you,
I can't
you
do
know
it,
what I mean?
man. It's not in me, man.
Even if you got a interview with Ash, you still got to see Will.
Yeah, that's true. But I'd rather like.
That's impossible. That's not gonna happen.
Deal with the owner or something.
Poe, that's not gonna happen, Poe. It's not gonna. Listen to your brother, man. You know it's logical.
But I think I got a little leeway because Ash unblocked me on Instagram. He had me blocked at some point on Instagram. I was like, hold up, why he blocked me on Instagram?
So but Poe, he really trusts Will, bro. He trusts that dude, bro.
Yeah. And this one thing I got to tell because everybody defended Will. Like I keep telling the story about when EA banned me and I was the senior moderator. That means I was over all the moderators, and I was the community leader. They banned me because of the way I was talking. And guess who was helping with that? Will Kinsler. But I forgave him for that. And who got me back on, it was the community, and it was Brian Hayes and a couple of the developers. They got me back in the back on the team, and the administrator. They got me back on the team. But it was Will.
You ever heard the saying? You ever heard
a good person?
You ever heard?
Everybody keep.
Oh, you ever heard the story of the man going out and hunting, and it was very, very cold, and the man got out of his red truck with his shotgun, and he was walking through the woods to go shoot some deers, and he saw a stick on the ground. He picked the stick up, put it in his pocket. So it's a stick, put the stick in his pocket. And then after they started warming up, he was going back to his truck, stuck his hand in his pocket, and got bitten. Well, you know, snakes are cold-blooded animals, so when he picked him up, he bit him. He went to beating his pocket with his right hand, like just punching his pocket, like, what the fuck was that? That bit me. And when he pulled it out, the snake looked up at him and said, "You knew I was a snake when you picked me up."
Yo, that's funny because that you told me this story, and my wife told me a similar story. My wife be saying, "Yo, you be trying to make people that's poisonous," because a lot of people be thinking that I'm that guy. No, like now, if it's you gonna cut their head off immediately. Me, I'm be like, man, maybe that snake might not bite. Maybe not. Maybe, you know, it might not, you know, it might try to wrap around me or something like that. But my wife's like, nah, you see, you're the one. She told me the story about the scorpion and the frog. You know that story, right? And the scorpion said, see, he started killing the Joker before they got all the way over there. He ain't wait till they got to the Westcom because it's a habit that's in you. It's in you to do that.
Oh, I get bit by snakes. I get bit by snakes. I get bit by snakes. I done got bitten by snakes. Trust me. I done got, because I got a heart. So anytime you're human, you're going to get bit by a snake. I wasn't saying I was unbiteable. You know what I mean? I done been bit. I done been deceived. I done been deceived by people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I had no, he was just easier to see because I had no connection to him.
Yeah.
I've been saying this since the Discord. Go ahead.
Yeah. Jason, Paul, why haven't you interviewed Brian Hayes? I already told that story a couple of times. Brian Hayes, he already said that, he said, Paul, I'm not giving you an interview because I don't want to mess up his connections. Because he know the questions that I'm gonna probably ask is going to make him look bad in the eyes of EA or any company that wants to hire him. So that's why a lot of the developers from EA, they're scared.
That's the same reason, like Jay Shep. You know what I mean? You gotta think about it, bro. Jay Shep, I'm on your ass. But pause. I'm on your ass though. But you know he a black man. And when you a black man, you play video games, same thing for Fanatico. And then, see, baby, I got a job doing video games. See, it ain't just a bunch of waste of time. See, I'm making money doing it. So a lot of guys, when they start making money and they got an old lady, they got a wife, they got kids, a lot of black women see video games as a waste of time. So when you start doing, you know that, you start making money off of it, it's kind of a plus in your household that you ain't just wasting your time. So I get it, Jay Shep, but you still sold us out, bro. Mink.
User Burger said he want to hop on. Man, y'all trying to turn this into
I'll let them say what they're gonna say, bro. And I just opt out. If you have something to say, I'm not gonna be arguing with them. I'm not gonna be going back and forth with them. It is what it is at this point. I mean, EA Sports done they can see it now. I mean, bro, it's really good. UFC 6, the combat, the actual back and forth banter between two combatants. It's really close. It's really, really close. to the sport of combat. It's really, really close, Bo. And I wouldn't say that if it wasn't true.
Would you say that if you look at? Would you say if you look at I mean, because I haven't really looked at it. Would you say if you looked at a UFC fight and looked at what they got for UFC 6, it represents visually what it looks like?
Yeah,
or you said it's close enough.
And they also reward you for emulating the fighter.
Oh, okay, that's good.
Which is a huge step forward. They reward you with knocking your opponent out, giving you more things to knock your opponent out, and reward you for doing it in a way that that fighter would do it. So if you fight uncharacteristically, you're gonna have a hard time winning or knocking your opponent out if you fight uncharacteristically to that particular fighter that you chose, which is a huge step in the right direction, which has never been done before in a combat sports game, especially MMA. It's never even been done in a boxing game. It's never been done in a boxing game. That you specifically rewarded, like it's out loud. It's out loud. It ain't no secret behind the code. They tell you, no, if you fight like this, you're going to be rewarded with this. If you fight like this with this particular character. If it's an elusive fighter and you use a lot of elusive counter moves and you do it, you build up your flow state, which gives you a big advantage. You can finish your opponent. You can get knocked out with one punch or one kick or whatever the case may be with that particular character, which is a big step forward, bro.
Y'all hit the like button.
Huh?
No, I was telling everybody to hit the like button.
You know, so kudos to them. They got their game, but we ain't get ours.
What's in two? Oh, we got two people and want to pop in. What's up, Lee Faye? And what's up, Usenberger?
God bless, God bless, God bless.
What's up, man?
What I miss? I'm kind of late to the party, but I'm here.
No, I was just talking.
I fuck with Usenberger. I thought that was somebody else.
It's Poppin' Beast.
Oh, yeah, I fuck with that man Usenberger. I seen him. He gave he asked a good question with Ash. You kind of like dropped the ball when he gave Ash an interview. I was kind of a little bit disappointed in that Usenberger.
Oh, can I explain that?
You were starstruck. You ran up to Terrence Crawford and Muhammad Ali.
It wasn't. It was more like I gotta hear what he gotta say. You feel me? It was more like, let me hear what he gotta say. Let him speak, and now you can feel vibes in the room, right? His vibe was authentic to me. I didn't feel like he was capped about none of that. I felt like the intention was pure. You understand? And you know, unfortunately, this version of the game was not the vision he intended. But you know, we also know that they tried. They actually tried. You know, there's nothing you could do with this part of the game.
I got to disagree. No, that's not true.
Say it again.
That's not true. That's not true, Usenberger. That's not true at all.
What?
That's not true. They did not try. They had already succeeded.
What I mean by not try is that this game is
broken. Listen, let me say this, and it's all factual. It's all factual what I'm about to say. When was the game supposed to drop?
When like 2-3 years before that.
Okay, what year was the game supposed to drop?
Supposedly it was supposed to be 2021, supposedly.
Okay, all right. Now let's stop right there. If the game was supposed to drop in 2021, what does that tell you, Usenberger?
It wasn't ready, son. It didn't come out. Listen, this is how I look at things. This is how I look at things.
Listen, if the video is, I can show you video on YouTube. The game is supposed to drop in 2021. The game is almost finished.
I don't know if you can hear.
Stuttering.
Yeah, I can't hear what he's saying.
You're stuttering, Beast.
Oh, okay. Can you hear me now?
I'm gonna let him speak his piece, and then I'm gonna speak mine. I can't just be talking over people like that. I'm not here to put. I'm not
I
here
was
for
speaking
that.
facts though. There's a video that literally says that ESBC Boxing Club was going to drop in 2021. Will Kessler got hired in 2021, and the game got pushed back. And we, as the people, never got to play that version of that boxing game. We play a sped up version in the demo in November and December. When we played the first demo, that's when we were allowed to play it. But Fanatical and them already played it earlier that year. No, they played it in 2021. They played it in 21. We played it in 22, late 22, and then we played the beta. In the beta, had manual blocking. It was fast paced. He sped it up. They had different power shots. You couldn't just lean back. I could walk on the side of you. And the game didn't have desync. If you remember, the beta didn't have desync. It was fast and fluid. And then all of a sudden, the game started changing because of opinions. So the game was already out. We never got to play that version of Carl Froch or Caleb Plant. We never played that version. We never played it. With all them camera views, we never played it. We played a version of what somebody else thinks boxing is. But hope you heard everything.
No, I understand what you're saying. I'm not dismissing what you're saying. All I'm saying is sometimes things change as you go. Was it the right reason or the wrong reason? It changed, right? We didn't get to play the version you're talking about, right? They gave us a watered down version from that, and they kept getting water it down, and more people complained about it, and less became from. It went away from its true identity. Am I wrong?
I think
Correct.
they
You're
trying
correct.
to blame the community.
Hold on,
correct,
but wait.
but-
I'm just saying.
Yeah, you're correct.
All I'm
But
saying is
I'm
that-
saying, we never got a chance to play it. We never got a chance to
No,
play
we
it
never
as
got a
the
chance
people
to.
that
But
were
here's my
following.
thing, though. We should have got a chance to play it, right? We never got it. We got something else. Now, just imagine the people who had early access and waited 8 months for the full release. It was a whole totally different game. If early access wasn't full release, it was totally two different opposites. And what we got was not what we thought we was gonna get. Right? Am I lying or no?
No.
All
I'm
right.
That's
specifically talking about Duesburg. Did you play the beta?
Yeah, I played the first 3 days. That shit really came out for the 3 days, and it was
Yeah.
for the weekend, right? Yeah,
That was way different than that game was way different than early access.
Of course. Every stage. That was probably one of the best versions of the game that I played. But
Like,
not
we
here
never
arguing
got.
that.
I'm not trying to talk you, but when Will was playing against Fanatico, you know the videos they were playing, right? Do you know or you don't know?
That was the no. To me, that was that the alpha? Or was the alpha, right?
No, they was playing in the alpha. That was a full game. Listen, all you gotta do is, if you know boxing, you know boxing. If you watch Will play against Fanatico in the 2 games he played with, Fanatico played with Sonny Edwards, and Will played with the tall fighter that they call Drago, and then Will played with Carl Froch.
What was that? The alpha or the beta?
Nigel Ben. If you go back and look at how Fanatical is saucing him up, it's all the slipping movement, all the just making him look crazy. If you go back and watch that fight and watch how Will is playing it, if you know anything about boxing and you look at the punches that Will was throwing, which is the buttons he was pushing, is hooks and uppercuts, and he was missing everything. If you go back and look at that, he's throwing uppercuts and hooks and hook, uppercut, and he just throwing and missing. Now, when you play Undisputed, that game plays exactly like that. Hooks and uppercuts, hooks, power shots. Because in boxing, haymakers are not in boxing. We do not throw haymakers. That's not how power is generated in boxing. It's generated through technique. A left hook, a right hook, a left uppercut, a right hook, and a straight right hand are all the power shots. Only power shot, the only punch that's not a power shot is a regular jab. A jab that's not considered a power shot. So the straight right hand, left hook, right hook, left uppercut, right uppercut is power shots. Video games like Fight Night introduce haymakers. Introduced haymakers.
It's making no sense.
He
It's
came
making no
in.
sense. Makes no
What I'm
sense.
saying is, this is what I'm saying, Burger. This is what I'm saying. All I'm saying is we asking for the wrong thing. We all joined this because of the Eddie Hall and David Adelaide video. We never got a chance to play Adrenaline System. We never got to play the fainting system. His idea of what boxing is. We never got a chance.
No,
Fanatical play.
right. They never did that.
But nobody talks to Ash and tells him the key thing you should have said if you get another chance is, can we play ESBC Boxing Club? Can we play that? Because that's why we all followed you.
That's true though. Oh,
Go ahead, you can talk.
I'm not sure why, like, Mike Straw didn't ask about why the game changed from ESPC to Undisputed. Like, Ash was, like, saying, like, oh, well, we're going for authenticity. When Mike asked, is it going to be realistic or is it going to be arcade? And he didn't really answer it straight. So I wish Mike actually asked him about ESPC. Like, if Mike looked at the videos, he should have said, like, okay, why is the game so much different now than it was back in the day? And you could hear Ash saying, well, I wish we could have done more. I think he was compromised a little bit in his own job.
Yeah, it was
But I'm not trying to be
compromised.
I'm not trying to be like a conspiracy theorist or whatever. But
No, he was compromised because when I got banned and Ash stopped talking to me, because like I keep telling people, Ash used to talk to me twice a week, sometimes 3 times a week. And then that just cut off and he just stopped talking to me. And everything started disappearing. Like he started blocking me and stuff. I know why that started happening. That's an EA move. Who worked at EA at that time that was on the team? And to the people in the chat, man, help me support what I posted and keep reposting that so I can get the interview with Ash. Let me interview Ash. I will ask the right questions. I will ask the right questions.
But you got to make sure to push him a little bit. If he's not answering it straight, push him. Push him a little bit more. Don't let him get off the hook like Mike did.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
ESBC will hopefully be realistic. Let me see. ESBC mode. It might be the realistic mode. That'd be funny. If they give us a realistic mode and they call it ESPC, that'd be comedy.
They better, man. We want ESPC. We don't want Fight Night Champion 2.0.
That's a really good observation. If this is how you know he wanted
Can you guys hear me now?
because he could have just added ESBC Boxing Club mode. He could do that right now. He could take the old code, put it in Undisputed, give us ESBC Boxing Club mode on the old game while we wait on Undisputed 2. He can have, because games do that. 2K do it, sports games do it. You can, even Madden does it. So you could put ESBC Boxing Club, the original one that you made with adrenaline meter, and you could, you know what's so crazy about it? We in 2026. He could have put ESBC Boxing Club with all the stuff that they had, 2 different versions, and let the community choose which one was the better one.
Hey, We got a mod right now that makes Undisputed back into what
No,
ESPC was
that's not.
supposed
No,
to be.
where's the
Crazy.
hey, Leafy, wrong? Y'all selling the wrong narrative. Where's the adrenaline mode?
All right, well, that's the only thing that's not there, really. But
Well,
you
that's
can hit
not the only
angles.
thing that's not there. That's not the only thing that's not there. 3 points to the head, 3 points to the body is not there.
I don't think that's
The
possible to
speed
bring
is
back 3 mods yet.
listen. You didn't study this game like me. When you raised your BPM on ESBC Boxing Club, even in the early access, and you raised up to 170 beats per second, and you raised it up. Once you raised it up, you could be flash KO or you flash KO somebody. That's how it worked. I studied the game.
Yeah.
I back tested the game. When you raised your BPM, not a BPM system doesn't even work in Undisputed because Will didn't understand it. He said he didn't understand the game. The game was boxing. So even when you raised the BPM to like 150, the computer was so hard to beat. I don't know if Berger remember this, but when you played the computer offline, he would probably get you out of there in the first round. He would knock you out.
No, the
You remember that,
computer in
Berg?
the beginning was hard in the beginning. Yeah,
Say it again.
the computer was hard. The computer was hard at that during that
That
time.
fucking computer would knock your ass the fuck out. And that's how I knew it had a lot, because the computer was raising this BPM. It was raising. I said, damn, how you flashing me in the first round? God damn. And I started paying attention. I started recording it. So then when I started recording, I started looking, I said, oh, his BPM raised up. Oh, okay. But even if his BPM is raised up and you hit him while his BPM is raised, you can flash KO on him too. A lot of people didn't know that about this game. They didn't give it enough time for people to learn the game. Will came changing the game, and then later on, 4 years later, he admitted I didn't understand the game, so I changed it. But he lied and said that same game, different name. This can all be proven. This is not my opinion. This is not no cap like y'all like to say. Y'all generation, this is not no cap. This all can be proven. He said I didn't understand the game.
Well, you said it.
He said it. I didn't understand the game. I didn't understand the game, so I changed it. I didn't really understand the game. So he's admitting that he ruined the game because he didn't understand it. So if he didn't understand it, he changed it. That's why he put the diagonal dodge in there. That's why he put the flat foot in there. Because remember, Berger, you get to the 12th round, you could be so out of it, your punches wouldn't even look right. They'll be flaring all over. You remember that?
Yeah.
I remember.
They'll be flaring all over the place. And then you had then what he did was he slighted me. He put the semi-automatic blocking with the 3 points to the head, 3 points to the body. 3 points to the head, 3 points to the body was for manual blocking, not semi-automatic blocking. Semi-automatic blocking works for up and down or a top a head meter and a body meter. That works for that. But 3 points to the head, 3 points to the body works for manual blocking. That's how I designed it. Once he knew I designed it, he hurried up and pushed it in the back seat. I remember in the Discord, he used to make fun of me. He made fun of my comments. And he's in my DM. That's why you saw so much dragging heat coming from me. Because I felt like he was talking to me and treating me like I was a child. And he was number grown men, like extra grown men. My son 32. Like, you like what? Who is you talking to?
Yeah.
Like, I slapped the shit out of you. That's why I said that. Because I'm not Leafy. I'm not a child. How you gonna be in my DM talking to me like I'm a child? That's why the heat came in my videos. That's why I was so angry. Because and then I couldn't say nothing in the Discord. They'll kick you out. So I couldn't say nothing. So I would be the one telling him that I'm the one told them that Deontay Wilder had Joe Frazier's traits and Joe Frazier had Wilder's traits. I'm the one told them that Mickey Ward didn't have the liver shot. And things I didn't tell him, like Prince Hamed, which is Prince Nassim Hamed's son, he a southpaw, but I ain't tell him. They still ain't changed it. He's still orthodox. When Prince Hamed, the son on the game, Adam Hamed, is a southpaw, but he's an orthodox in the game. because nobody ain't saying nothing because they don't follow. Now let that have been an MMA game. Or they would have knew that that person wasn't a southpaw. They would have knew that that person is orthodox. But because most of these casual gamers, go ahead.
Yeah, no, finish your thought. Finish your thought. I didn't want you to, I just wanted to say something. Finish your thought.
Go ahead.
I mean, I know we're upset, right? I get that, right? This is why they're making a part 2, right? Part 2 better work. I tell you this much: part 2 better work, and it better cater to the avid fans. I don't care about the person who doesn't know how to play. I don't care about that person. The game should be: you pick it up, you have to learn how to play. If not, you'll be forgotten. You shouldn't cater to the casuals. Oh, I don't know how to play. This game sucks. No. Learn. Just learn.
Yeah,
Just
exactly.
learn.
Agree,
don't learn
but
the
I
game-
will
Hold
say
on.
something, and that's a fact. I agree with that 100%, Burger.
Hold
But
on.
I will chime down. Ash did say that, Burger. He said
Hold on.
that.
Hold
He's
on.
original.
Go ahead.
I caught him late. I'm just saying, whatever they make, right? The internet connection gotta be flawless, right? Everything like 1 wasn't it, 2 gotta be 3 times as better. You understand? If they don't, this would tank really, really fast, faster than you can ever could imagine. If they fix their online connection and make the game they're supposed to make, then I'm fine. Because updates will come out. But, I understand that you're not going to please everybody. Forget who doesn't like boxing. That's not your kid. This is not your audience. Your audience are boxing people who understand the sport. And there's a split where should we sell it to the casual, make more money, or stick to the avid fans? It all depends where their pocket is at.
You know what's so
where their heart
crazy
is at.
about that statement, Burger? The
Huh?
game is boxing is this is how you know he got bad advisors that's just egotistical. The game is going to make money regardless of who you push it towards because it's the only prostitute on the street.
Yeah, but hold on. Here's my rebuttal for that, though. Like, are you going to, like, if Shorty burnt you, you're not going to go back, my nigga? So you got to.
They got niggas that'll go back, my nigga.
Listen. I can't believe I'm saying it like that. What I'm saying
Especially
is,
women that done gave you gonorrhea. I know a lot of niggas go back and get some of that gonorrhea.
listen, all I'm saying is this.
That's
They
crazy.
have. Go ahead, my bad. I didn't mean to speak over you. Go ahead, son.
You know that if you Burger, you a grown man. You know this. Come on, bro. It's the only girl on the street, bro.
Yeah, but
And the hardcore fans that know the sport is outnumbered by casuals, bro. They be hyped about skins, my nigga. Look what Leafy just said. Leafy thinks that the reboot at ESPC is no, it's not. It's not even close. Because the person that's in the code, if they call me while they doing the code, I'd be like, bring that back, put this in there, put this back in there, put this like that. The little mini game. Remember the mini game? When the dude do the counter move and then he hurt and then he run over there and try to finish him and do like the little counter move and then he put and make and reverse the roles. Remember that?
Yeah.
You know, Kevin Kelly got that trait. It's called the turntable. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
That trait was a part of the turntable trait that Kevin Kelly had. That mini game, Will took it out. Remember the inside game when you would get stuck in the inside and you had to like do a step back to get out?
Yeah.
That was Sean Porter's. That was Sean Porter's trait. So when he crowds you, he gets you stuck in the inside game. Now you got to fight his fight. So then gamers started complaining, I'm stuck, man. I can't get away from him. I can't get away from him. So now they took that out the game. So now Joe Frazier and Sean Porter don't have the inside trait because they took the mini game out. Remember hitting somebody when they take a knee?
Yeah.
You get disqualified?
Yeah, I was in there. There was a lot of shit they took out. They watered the game down, son. They did. And I'm not disputing that. You're making it more evident than what it is. You feel me? All I'm saying is part 2 better work.
But he did say, because I looked at the video with him and Mike, he said we made a mistake not teaching the people how to play the game. He did say
Yeah,
that.
that has nothing to do with how the
But no, you
game
just
works.
no. I was chiming in on what you said, Burger. You
Oh, my
said
bad,
that
my bad,
the
my bad, my
the
bad.
person
Well,
has to sit down and learn how to play the game.
and that's people
When you
not
made
having
that comment,
patience. Those are people who don't have patience and who don't understand boxing. I had to
then they
learn how to
should then
play
they
the
should
game.
lose. Then they should lose.
Yeah, you lose. That's it. If you suck, you suck, nigga. That's it. Ain't no,
That's
ain't
it.
no,
That's it. That's I'm with
ain't
that.
no. Oh, the game suck. No, you suck, nigga. You over here bumming it out. You over here getting
That's a fact.
slugged. Not
That's a
me.
fact. That's
You
a
feel me?
fact.
But you want to give the kid to you then, and when it does kid to you, and I learned that, and I beat you up in that, then the game sucks. Oh no, you just can't play.
Facts.
You
Facts.
just can't
Facts.
play. Like, come
That's
on,
why when
like.
I play UFC, the first thing I do is take a joker down to see if he can handle the ground game.
Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this.
Go ahead.
What's the most important thing that Undisputed 2 has to do for you to be like, you know what, they did it?
To hire boxers and boxing trainers and let them sit over the coders and code the game, because at this point I have no confidence that there's going to be any boxing logic, because saying power shots should be signature punches. It shouldn't be power shots, it should be signature punches. It should be flurries. It should be combination punches instead of one-arm punches going fast, real fast. Bah, 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 bah. It should be combination punches. I don't really have that much confidence in this game. I don't care nothing about no net code, and the online gaming is clear. I don't give a fuck about none of that. I give a fuck about the logic of boxing. Is it in the game? Like Bam just got hit with the southpaw killer, which is a straight right hand to a southpaw, put him right on his ass tonight. That is boxing. And that puncher that hit him is not known as a puncher. He just threw the correct punch and knocked Bam down tonight. I'm talking about that. Why is that not in the game? It's a sports game. Stop treating it like it's a fucking fighting game. This is not Street Fighter. It's a boxing game. It's a boxing sport. Follow the sport. I don't give a damn about how shiny it's going to look, because that's exactly what's going to happen. I've been around a long time. It's going to be a shiny video game. They're going to take the meta stuff that's Unreal has. They're going to have people talking at press conferences, and you're going to be blown away by that dumb shit. And then when the motherfucker get hit, he gonna turn his mouth kind of funny. Oh, it's realistic. And that has nothing to do with boxing logic. It has nothing to do with the skill of boxing. It has nothing. So I don't have really no confidence in them implementing the sport of boxing at all. 0%. Are they gonna make this shiny toy?
I disagree. I'm gonna have to disagree with you. The only reason why
I said I didn't say what they're going to do. I didn't say what was going to happen. I said, you asked me. I said I don't have
I get that.
I don't have